It's extraordinary, the Neuro Wellness retreat. You know, I signed up for it really without knowing what it was going to be about. And it was extraordinary in so many ways. And I think actually if they'd told me everything I was going to do, I wouldn't have believed it anyhow. My name's Jane Slacksmith. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I have been here with the most incredible people over the last 5 days. And the people I've met, I feel like I've just come home. And not only have I learnt things about myself, others, the world, how I want to operate, but I've really got a deep sense of how I can actually put these tools that I have now and this new knowledge into my life going forward. There's so many things about the retreat that just resonated so deeply with me, and some of the just unexpected joys and wonders. The very first night there was an experience and I had my first flower bath, and I have to say I sent a picture to my husband and I said, "This is my new level." And that was just the start. Being completely safe with the group, and Dr. Rebecca, who took us through it, and Swati, who supported her, was just so very important to me. And I didn't realise that until I first got here and saw the people, got to learn a lot about them, but learned so much with them, and having like-minded people where we're bouncing ideas off each other and we're asking questions. And I wasn't the only person in the room who was asking questions. It was wonderful to have other people there as well. So there's so many things that resonated with me. The experiences off-site actually embedded so much of the knowledge that you learn into creating new memories and creating ways that I can take this with me back into the real world. So, just simple, the beautiful areas and the beautiful care and consideration, and the little pieces of luxury were so nice, but actually the inner knowledge of the tools that I can actually take away into a busy world, and they just don't become another course or another bit of learning. They actually become a way of living, and that's what's really resonated the most with me about the retreat. There's so many personal journeys I have been on during this retreat, and just so many new learnings and so many aspects that I learned about others and myself at the same time, and seeing the experiences and enjoying experience with people. My personal breakthroughs, I think, were just simple things, simple techniques that allow me to turn up better in my world, for my family, my community, and those that I want to affect in the world. But sometimes I look for the big answers, and I'm trying to hack to the end to find the big solution. And what I learnt so much about myself on this retreat was that enjoying the journey and actually going on it just one step at a time, not needing to know everything or where the destination was, and allowing us to take the path that was natural at the time. I just really took away an experience that will stay with me forever, and with people that I will be with forever as well. I was kidding myself that I was functioning, a high-functioning person, running multiple companies, keeping everything together and juggling it all, and seemingly from the outside, I'd already kidded myself that I had it all going on as well. And with some slight physical situations that I wanted to deal with, but when it comes to neuro wellness, there's the basics of sleep. I didn't realise that I was ridding myself of, a life of ease, and a life of, being able to contribute more to myself, my family, and others by giving myself some of the gifts of self-love that I just didn't even realise were that important. And then there's other things that, you know, I look at how I eat or when I eat, or how I allow other people's energy to affect me, how I show up for other people. And just having the science behind it just made sense. You can't argue with the data. And so when you see the data and you see what it, you know, limiting yourself and not putting effort into these simple areas, what it does to you and what it does to your brain and what it does to your body and what it does to your future. You know, there's so many important things that are actually so simple. And although, you know, it's going to be a little bit discomfortable to put some of these things in place and go home and say, you know, we're going to eat before this time, or we're going to eat certain food, or, you know, we're going to have a ritual before we go to bed that's not, you know, watch TV and go straight to bed. You know, those things are going to be a little uncomfortable, but, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't do it, you're not going to survive and be your best, fittest self and be able to do what you want and show up how you want for your family. So I'm just so very grateful to be able to take those simple things, as well as all the amazing things that we learnt. Just the simple things that I can put in place straight away is probably one of the biggest things that I'm really looking forward to taking home with me. If I was sitting in your place right now and thinking, should I sign up for this neuro wellness retreat? I don't really know what it's about. It sounds like science. Is it woo-woo? Am I going to like come out wearing hippie sarongs and you know, chanting? Which is kind of a few of the concerns that my family and myself had when I first signed up to the neuro wellness retreat. I have to tell you, it's nothing like that, and it's everything like that. I didn't expect what I've been through over the last 5 days. It is something that you really have to experience, and I'm quite grateful that they didn't tell us what was in here. It was just an absolute hell yeah, I have to be here. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, you know, I'm kind of on the edge about whether I should do this or not, you actually owe it to yourself and your family and to all of those in your community to actually turn up for yourself first and put yourself first and learn some of these incredibly powerful yet simple techniques that you can take home and affect change for yourself so that you live a more vibrant life, you live a life fully expressed, and you live a life not in stress and not in toxicity. And I really encourage you, if you're just sitting there going, should I say yes? Go for it.